California.
Hey everyone, I'm Brandon Lang. When Matthew McConaughey plays you in a movie, as he did me in 2005's Two for the Money, you have to maintain a certain image. That's hard to do when you're going bald. I needed to do something, and it needed to be done fast. Parsley Waldman's Hair Center came to the rescue. Louisville and the Midwest Premier Hair Treatment Center not only gave me my hair back, but my self-confidence as well. Go to hairsurgery.com and find out how you can start your journey back to a full head of hair today. I can tell you firsthand. From the minute you walk in the door to the time you leave, you are treated as if you were in a 5-star hotel. And now that it's been a year since my surgery, I look back at pictures from a couple years ago. I don't even look like the same person. The procedure was an amazing success, and it has totally reframed my face. Go to hairsurgery.com and find out not only how affordable it is, but how you can get your hair back today. Visit hairsurgery.com. That's hairsurgery.com. Hairsurgery.com and find out not only how affordable it is, but how you can get your hair back today. Visit hairsurgery.com. That's hairsurgery.com.
That's his game. They don't get back. Hayward's look at the steal. Here's the steal. 3-on-1. Alley-oop. Oh, my goodness. And you certainly are in love with him here in Louisville. Marcus in the open floor. Hops incredible. Here comes Maven off the steal. Oh, my goodness.
Get up, get up, get up, get up. Let's get ready for Marcus Maven. About midway to the midday with Marcus Maven. And you can call in, I lay back and just listen to Marcus Maven. So sit back and relax and watch Maven. Break it down like this. Woo!
Broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services studio. Time for Middays with Marcus Maven on 93.9 The Ville. Now, here's Marcus Maven and Steve Rummage.
Richmond? Rich what? Richmond. Rich what?
Richmond.
Rich what?
Richmond.
Where we from? Richmond. What's my hometown? What we love? Rich.
All I do is win, win. And they stay there.
How about my little baby? About our little babies over here in Louisville, man. Here getting Look at them. Done. Taking care of that business. Let's go, DeAndre Davis. Let's go, Jalen. Man. Let's go, Q. Get it done, fellas. That's what I'm talking about. Listen.
That's
this
the weekend.
What a great weekend we had watching this team, and let me say this, man. This is oddly enough becoming might really be becoming one of my favorite teams ever. It's only game 3. No. How is that possible? No. And here's the thing, man. Look, we can talk about some lumps they're going to probably take, and they will. They will. Watching this young team learn on the fly, man.
The process, Steve,
is just awesome.
The process. I'm glad people are starting to finally enjoy what I've been preaching and pleading. Enjoy the growth. Enjoy the process. Enjoy the sport of basketball. It doesn't have to be how much money you won and lost on the game. It doesn't have to be 7 5 stars. It doesn't have to be any of that. Watch them grow.
Yeah.
Watch them play.
It's a beautiful thing, man.
Ooh.
It's a beautiful thing.
Shout out Coach Wall. Shout out to my ladies. Listen, that squad over there. People.
The women.
Get on this women's team bus right now. Get on it right now. Listen, it's okay if you're late to the bus. Learn all your women's names. Learn them all. You're going to enjoy them. They got real deal game.
That team going to win the whole thing this year, man.
Listen, man.
They are legit.
When we do our stock purchase, got dibs on the women's team for winning it all.
Yeah.
Woo. Woo.
What a good weekend,
Woo.
man.
What a great weekend. And let me give one more shout out while I'm at it. Shout out to one Drew Diener and Perrin Johnson.
Okay.
Steve, I woke up this morning obviously excited about the weekend I just had, right?
Yeah.
I was just excited in general, I'm waiting for the Diener show to come on and ding, 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 ding. I'm waiting for the music comes on. I'm wanting to hear what they got to say about the local things, local subjects, and the Kentucky game. Of course, I'm waiting to hear everybody's breakdown. Perrin, I know he watches the Kentucky game, so I wanted to hear his breakdown, especially. But we're in Kentucky, like this is going to be a story, So I'm waiting, and then we talk about football, and I've been begging everybody to still stay locked into football the entire time, right?
Yeah.
And I'm hearing them talk about football, and I'm kind of like, where's this been? Like, I want this football talk, but they talking football, and I'm like, okay, come on, let's talk about this basketball situation. Let's talk about this team, and come on with it. I'm trying to speed up the show, and now I'm getting kind of like frustrated. I'm like, come on, Drew, come on, Perrin, like let's talk about this, right? All this time goes by, so now I'm starting to get mad. Like I can't believe they're not talking about basketball in Kentucky with time like this. They're really talking an hour and a half of football, basically, right? And then it hit me. Diener's the point guard of the station. Diener and Perrin purposely left all the basketball food on the table for us, Steve.
Well, I will take it because
that had to be what it is.
What I said wasn't hyperbole. We're 3 games in, and this really might be one of my favorite teams ever. It just feels like a completely different, and maybe this is why. This team feels like an entirely different product. Like
from last year.
This is going to be the worst comparison ever. Some people won't get this at all, and I'm okay with it.
Right?
There was a stretch in WWE where Triple H was champion, him and they're doing all this stuff, back in the early 2000s. He'd been champion for a long time, all this stuff, everything.
I'm gonna do wrestling.
Yeah, I know. Everything's been going back and forth, stuff like that. Well, he loses the title at King of the Ring. And then he's just out of the title picture. And I remember going, this just feels, everything's changed. Like, I'm like, this is a whole new product now. Right. With this team, it really truthfully feels like this is a whole different thing. Then it kind of feels like, and I love Coach Pitino. I'm going to be watching tonight, FS1, and look, I'm all in.
With the hat and everything?
I got my own hat and everything, man. Like, so I'm rocking with Coach P. I'm rooting for him all the way. So, but it really feels like that is over. And this team is a new type of the new Louisville
structure. Yeah, it's an entirely new structure.
And then to watch them learn on the fly right in front of our very eyes. Watch them face adversity. Watch them know going into the season, we're down one of our captains. Oh. We're down Charles Minlin. We're down,
the number 13 grad transfer in the country.
Yeah. And Josh is one of their friends. We don't know what Josh brings to the table yet. So I'm saying for them, not so much us. Because Josh may not bring anything to the table. We don't know. Yep. So then you're in, and then to take injury to Sam Williamson. And then
listen, injury with him being almost carried off, like while you're watching it, this is pre find out he got a dislocated toe. Like you're watching,
Yeah.
like, oh God, like, oh my God.
And a lot of people tune into our streams, and we appreciate that.
Yes.
But we also got to remember, we haven't been on the air for the Seton Hall game.
You're right.
Like, I mean, so there's a lot to unwrap here with this team. So I'm just macroing it real quick. But to watch that happen, then to come back on Sunday, to see your rival go down at home, like, I mean, they're bubbled. If you think they aren't seeing that stuff, to watch Villanova go down, to watch Illinois struggle with Ohio, to watch Syracuse barely beat Bryant, to watch, you're going around the list of things that have happened throughout over the weekend of teams. Now, granted, Villanova lost Virginia Tech. I think Virginia Tech's a decent team. So, but there's a lot of not good teams. UCLA getting beat by or barely getting by. It was like Cal Baptist or something
After they got beat.
And then now we have all the excuses in the world. We only got 8 dudes. Okay, we're missing everybody. It feels like we're going in here to a Prairie View team, and then we start slow. No. We have every excuse in the world to just say, well, they didn't. They got it together. And you watch them do it right in front of you. And you watch them get it together. And then you watch them like somebody new.
Just turn the squeeze on.
I mean, there's so much over this weekend. I watched one of my babies. Who hadn't scored the entire game, who had never been in this moment with under a minute on the clock against Seton Hall. Look a 7'2" guy right in the eye, catch the ball in the paint and go, well, I know what to do with this. I need to go score.
At him.
Yeah, I'm going to take a dribble. Oh, I missed it. What do? I know what to do. I'm going to go get it, and I'm going to go back up, and I'm going to put it in. And then I watch that same baby go on the other end.
Against veterans.
Yes.
Against adult big men.
So I watch that same baby go to the other end. Rip that board down in a game where we've not been rebounding well. That is something we need to improve on. We'll get to the things we need to improve on. That's the thing. And that's why I started with.
Yeah, that's so far later on.
Yeah. That's why I started with. They're going to take some lumps, and we're going to enjoy the process with this team. But I watched that same baby go up, grab that rebound, get fouled. Watch that baby learn when he spiked that ball, and that ref kind of looked at him, and I thought the ref did a good job. That's a freshman. That's a guy. He wasn't doing it at nobody,
and he lightened up on the bounce a little bit.
But then I watch. Look, because I'm gonna be honest, he gets that rebound, and I saw the excitement in him, and me and my son are watching the game, and my son's going, just hit the free throws, JJ, and I'm going, son. There ain't no way he's hitting these free throws, man. Like, there ain't no way.
Oh, you poor baby.
He's hitting these free throws, man. And to watch that same baby go down, bang, bang. And just, I love this team, Marcus. I love them. Oh, I love them so much.
That is phenomenal. I got to tell you, one of my moments, and here's the thing. I'm going to stop doing the so-and-so player's not going to give credit. I'm going to stop doing the Des Fitzpatrick is never going to get the credit he deserves. I'm never going to use those lines again, right?
Okay. Because
Carlik Jones, Seton Hall. I had to call my father and say, hey, Dad, there's a guy that's got to be on your radar, right?
Right.
Because my dad likes I can just get it done basketball players. Not necessarily big, strong, fast, athletic. Like, he's not the LeBron guy. He likes the Iverson. I'm just harder than you. I'm just rougher than you.
Yeah.
I'm tougher than you. He likes that kind of guard, right?
Yeah.
Just go get me 4 of them and 1 big man, and we'll just work a team, right?
Yeah.
I watched Carlik Jones against Seton Hall. I watched him step in there. I watched Carlik Jones make the commentator go, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I watched the commentator get involved in Carlik's hezzy moves and all that stuff. I listened. It is great, Steve. Listen, the one thing that everybody should really, really do is turn up the volume on your TV with these games that don't have a lot of fans. Listen, let the babies know
hey guys, sometimes you're going to hear some things that you're not supposed to repeat at school, and some, if you get back to school, just you might hear some things, right?
Yeah.
But turn up your volume. You can hear baby Jalen talking. You can hear Carlik talking, David talking. Look up close at these guys. And here's the thing. Communication is a major thing in life. Like how much of your life had you wished you had been better about just talking?
Oh yeah.
Talking things out in heated situations, talking to people without yelling, without one person yelling at the other, or you taking it personal, or this person taking it personal. Like every aspect of your life will be greatly improved if you could just talk straightforward to somebody, right?
Yeah. In
your history. I've watched Coach Mac's emphasis on talking, communication. I listened to Jalen Withers. I saw the interaction. And again, being able to hear so much more of it, they're trying to win together. They are trying to win games together. You can hear the way, hey man, if you want it up high, tell me you want it up high. Like, think about that.
Yeah.
Just something that simple. Hey, if you want it high, tell me you want it up high.
Yeah.
You know, if you want I'm gonna throw the bounce pass if you call, like you can hear that conversation going on during the game. Between freshmen and sophomores, and nobody's taking anything personal. Dude, you're gonna have to switch that. When I called switch on that one, you're right, my bad. Cool, let's go.
Yeah,
like you're watching them try to figure it out on the fly in these first three games.
They are. And here's the thing: I love, because we refer to them as our babies. And here's the thing: I've watched Carlik Jones take over the leadership role on this team. I mean, just absolutely take over as the leader on this team. He's talking to him up and down the court. Good and bad. He accepts responsibility.
He's putting 10 years on Chris Mack's life already.
Oh, 100%.
He's putting 10 years to his life.
He is 1,000% a coach on the floor watching him.
And
with you, Steve, on this being one of the most exciting teams, and I think part of it is because the expectations weren't super high for the team coming in. We just had the 2 injuries, and I think it really dampened a lot of people's hopes for what was going into the season, because I think we were starting to build like that momentum, like, hey, this is a team that could really do something. Malik and Charles go down, and I think that just like devastated a lot of the fan base. And so they didn't have high expectations. They had a lot of unknowns with the new guys coming in, and guys who were inexperienced and haven't played that had to play bigger roles. It's fun. It's fun watching a young team actually come together, that there's pieces on this team that because of their opportunities, they're stepping up. I think that makes it fun. Like it's we know where we stand right now. We know we're going to be full health by the time March comes around, and we're getting these young guys some playing time, and they're doing well with it.
Yeah, I mean, because those injuries, oddly enough, have turned into why it's been exciting.
For sure.
Yeah, because you're a lot of guys are getting opportunities here
that would have never gotten.
Yeah, and to watch, like I said,
maybe.
Well, I think they still would have, but maybe not to the extent, or maybe I don't know, maybe the mindset too of hey, I got a shot here, like maybe.
I mean, you guys listen to me on the stream. You guys listen to me for years. I say these things and I truly do mean them when I say something like, where are your primal screams during the game?
Mm-hmm.
Who are the guys who want to send a message not only to their opponents, but to their teams, right? DeAndre Davis. And one.
Yeah.
Jalen Withers.
Mm-hmm.
He catches that alley-oop from David Johnson, and he has angry intentions when he dunks that ball.
Yeah.
And listen, people, I enjoy these things in particular because it's the take your heart from smaller teams moments. To credit Prairie View, though, they rotated all day long. That was a tough defensive team that I saw. But Jalen Withers punches that ball, and you can see the look on the other team's face. Like, okay, they went from trying to win as a team to let's just keep playing really, really hard.
Yeah,
because we don't have anybody.
Yeah, they can stop that. Right, man, and it's just. For them for them to come out and like I said,
He had 20 and 9.
I know. It's not a bad day from your center. You'll take that.
Your red shirt freshman,
Yeah.
3-pointer. And look, he didn't just do it on, just so people know, this isn't center against Prairie View in the paint.
Yeah.
This is center, pump fake,
Yeah.
drive around a guy,
Mhm.
get his first bucket of the game.
Yeah, yeah.
This is center in the corner, splash, 3-pointer. This is center earning it on good rolls to the basket, 3-point plays from rolling positions.
Mhm.
You know, like I said, I could see if we just had a guy they're just outsized in the paint, and you know, you got just jump hooks a weaker team to death. No, this was cooperation games.
Let's go back. Let's go back to Friday night a little bit too, because we haven't got to talk a lot about that. And I do think that Friday night is a little more of a litmus test, you know, with where the guys are, because from here on out, I mean, the rest of the out of conference schedule is, I mean, you're going to get tested every game. I mean, the rest of the out of conference schedule is now Western, UNCG, Wisconsin. I'm saying out of conference, but I mean through the rest of the year.
Right.
You're going to get NC State. I think it might be Pittsburgh after that, and then Kentucky. So I mean, for the rest of the calendar year, there's not a game here where you're not going to get, you know, I mean, Pittsburgh don't look that great, but still, you know, you're not going to get Power 5 level team or whatever. I mean, if Kentucky can brag about having some kind of tough schedule and play UCLA, Georgia Tech, and Notre Dame, then I can say we're good here, or we got a tough ride the rest of the way out here. So, yeah, I mean, it's from here on out, you're going to get tested every game. So I do kind of like to look, and yesterday did excite me. It did excite me to see them come out and face a little bit like that and play the way they did. It was nice to see David get going. Games like that, you get guys that can get rolling a little bit. But for Friday night, to watch them come out against a team who has, I mean, maybe arguably the best center, best big man duo in the Big East.
Yes.
Probably. I mean, you know,
and
I mean,
again, a senior big man.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're coming out, you're playing against someone ever bit. I mean, if they would line up against many people and give them problems underneath the basket. So to see us play against the team that I kind of thought was a matchup issue, and watching that game, then to lose Sam, which, you know, they lost Bryce Aiken as well. That was so that was big. I kind of watched that out a little bit, but still to lose Sam, who was playing well with 12 minutes to go in the game, to go on a scoring drought, give up a lead, but still young guys that are recruited here, they don't win that game. You don't give that lead up and win that basketball game. Like that's a learning. Okay, here's what we do. I did post game Friday night. And as that was coming down the stretch, I was already, and I told you this on the stream after.
Right.
But I said, when you're doing a post game, a lot of times you start creating the show a little bit, like, okay, so I'm going to start.
You see the ebb and flow of the game, and
I was fully prepared as that game was coming down the stretch. I'm like, okay, this is what it's going to be. It's going to be, the show is going to be, guys, they did a lot of good things. At the end of the day, they are just a little overmatched with some of these injuries, right? Blah, blah. But then they win the game. I mean, that game.
But during the game, you thought you had the better team.
Yeah.
During the actual game.
Oh, sure.
I mean, Seton Hall, like when they made their move, though, you're like, okay, Seton Hall, good coaching, good, like I said,
sure.
good
probably
veterans.
a tournament team. Yeah. I mean, they're probably a tournament team
so.
out of the Big East. Yeah. So, like I said, I mean, they probably got the best big man duo or front court in the Big East.
Steve, did you see when DeAndre Davis hustles down that rebound, does not take it out, does not clear it?
Nope.
Anybody who's played any kind of street ball, and just they're not even going to clear it all the way out. I mean, he turned his back. DeAndre Davis, big time possession.
Immediately.
Freshman, true freshman, DeAndre Davis, big rebound. I think it's like close game, tie game, give or take. Look, 2 or 3 dribbles, backs his man down, spins baseline, up and under move, bucket.
Bucket, yeah.
Commentator says, that's just a winner.
Yeah.
That's just a winner.
And what I liked even more, and this is going into, you're going to have to get real nerdy in the weeds with us today with this team, because what I liked was DeAndre Davis gets the rebound. He immediately goes into post-up position. Watch the bench. The bench.
Good point.
Yeah,
good point.
The bench immediately like a couple of them grab their seat and they start to
here it goes. Coming.
So that means DeAndre has worked a few dudes in practice with that
in the post.
Like, oh man, when he starts backing you down, he's gonna score right here, and then he goes up and he makes the bucket, and you watch our bench just explode.
Because
like
they knew
we
it.
knew it. Yeah, we knew it. You know, it's just like and it was awesome to watch. And then again, I think it was Chris made the point on the live stream. Actually called into the post-game show. I'm glad he called in and made this point on the post-game show Friday night. Down the stretch, Carlik Jones was having such a great game. I would have been happy if Carlik had just made a bunch of plays and won that game down the stretch.
Yes.
But down the stretch, 3 separate freshmen, Jalen Withers, DeAndre Davis, JJ Traynor, make the last 3 buckets of the game. So it wasn't just, and again, okay, if Carlik, there might be a couple games where Carlik just carries you down the stretch and wins the game.
No, but you weren't going to leave that game feeling as good if Carlik would have took over.
No.
Because then every time Carlik falls on the ground, you're like, oh my God, just the entire world is going to crash.
You lose him, it's over.
Right.
You
but
know.
you feel like that. But now you got a chance to see these guys against some real deal competition. I don't care what Seton Hall's ranked. Do you respect their coach? Yes. Do you respect their program? Yes. Do you respect Kashvili, who's a first team? Muma Kashvili is unanimous. Seton Hall's big man is a unanimous first team all conference guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Your babies, like I said, he put up great numbers.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with, with that learning process, and to get wins during the learning process, it is just a thing of beauty. Mike, start us off right on 93.9. What's on your mind?
Man, I really appreciate it. This has been so exciting. I'm with you, Steve. It's just, I don't know, man. This is just one of my favorite teams already. 3 games in, I'm almost embarrassed to say that. But one of the things, me and Steve's son's on the same page, man. Because when JJ rips that rebound down, if he don't make it free throws, that rebound means nothing.
Yeah.
So I was so impressed with Jay Davis and JJ stepping up and making free throws in those situations, because we've seen it throughout the years. That's not easy for a senior. So for a freshman to do it, and I don't think all 3 of those free throws, I don't think they hit the rim, man. They were net, man. It was sweet. But the play, we were down 11. They come back, hit the 3. They get up 3. And I tell my friend, man, it's over, man. They're gonna stretch it out. I don't know. We don't have the wherewithal right now to come back for something like this. Jay Davis' 3-point play is the biggest play of the year, in my opinion. I mean, if we don't score there, we might get beat by 8 or 10 points. That's just the way I feel about it. So we couldn't, they were hot. So that was a huge play, man, like a huge play. But I'm gonna tell you something, man. Kevin Willard can coach, man. That dude's good, man. I mean, so the play he drew up with 12 seconds left. Can we talk about that for a second?
Yeah.
He throws it into the big guy and then backdoor Quinn. And I haven't heard anybody talk about that. Listen to all the shows. Is the defensive play that Jalen made on that backdoor, man. He went straight up and denied that basket. And then that's when JJ got that rebound. But I'm telling you, no games played. Kevin Willard to draw that play up. That was just a sweet, sweet play, and they ran it to perfection. And Jalen, which I haven't heard anybody talk about, Jalen made an unbelievable defensive play just by going straight up and denying that basket. I'm with you, Steve, man. We don't see this. We just don't see. We're Louisville fans, man. We don't see this. We don't see freshmen come in the Pitino era and make immediate impact against good teams. And I couldn't be more excited, man. Thank you, guys.
Mike, listen, I appreciate the call.
Appreciate that, man. He is 1,000% right on that, because that was an excellent play call, and he gets it coming right down the lane. I mean, that's a bucket.
Yeah, right.
That's a bucket. And you go on, and now you're going back down and trying to get a decent shot to win the game. But for Jalen to go straight up, I mean, and in a game where against Seton Hall, the officials were not great.
Right.
And they had a few for Seton Hall.
I thought they were terrible, but
they were bad. I mean, they had a few for Seton Hall that were bad. They were just inconsistent. They were, and that's not me saying as a Louisville fan. I'm saying, even though I do think Louisville got the short end of the stick a few times in that game, but they were just inconsistent. So to have it's clear to have the to go straight up and jump. I mean, that usually gets called.
Yep.
So that was an excellent play, man. Yeah, an excellent play. So good, very good point there by Mike to bring that up.
Okay, what's your cross-section moment of the Seton Hall game?
The cross-section. Oh, man. See, it's tough. Man, that's tough. Of course, I'm going towards the end because for Jalen, I mean, there's so many different things. For Jalen, man, even to have the ball catch the ball at the wing, he rips through. I mean, it's just perfect. Rips through, goes straight to the bucket. Look, it's a shot I know I can hit. You know what I'm saying? It's a shot I know I can hit. So
I'm trying to find one that's not DeAndre Davis.
No, he's winning you games. DeAndre Davis is winning you games regardless of what the stat line says. That's why you're having a hard time feeling. That's why I took him number one for people who thought I was silly.
A show like this is made for you. Jump in on this one. 8150-93.9. Feel free to get in here with this excitement, people. You wait for this all the time. You're getting it. Call in. Feel free. Alex, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
Hey, what's up, guys? Listen, that was a fantastic performance. Like, the first game, you're when JJ was out there and he was putting in work. I was like, all right, okay, let's continue on. But to see these freshmen in Louisville jerseys, because Louisville hasn't seen freshmen work out the way that these guys have with the confidence, like they were down to a veteran Seton Hall team, and I mean, granted, like it's Seton Hall, but still, this team has been together for 3+ years. They have like veterans on this team. I'm thinking, we tried. I thought we were going to lose. I was ready to take the L, but for them to fight back the way that they did, it's really good. And also, I know you guys haven't talked about it. I know Aiden Gahan didn't didn't put up some crazy stats. Did y'all see that block when he yelled out, "Give me that"?
We saw that block.
Oh my! I was like, "Come, if you could just do that a game." I mean, I'm not even mad. I think he got like maybe 10 or 11 points with 4 points and 2 blocks a game. Like I am completely satisfied with that. Like I'm not expecting anything fantastic. But Dre Davis, Steve, I'm not gonna lie, you called it. I know you've been talking about him. And I'm like, I don't know. He looks nice on highlights, but that man put in work. That the footwork that this freshman has. I am so looking forward to this team. Also, Richmond, y'all should be playing that DJ Khaled song, another one over Kentucky, because y'all suck. And I can't wait to play y'all. And I don't even care if we lose. You lost to Richmond again. You suck. You're trash. Thank you, guys.
Alex, I appreciate the call. The energy again, 8150-93.9 is the number. Feel free to jump in here. Joe, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
What's up, fellas? Look, man, I mean, all the callers are hitting on it as far as like, I didn't get to watch like all the game. I did watch that Friday game. And, I mean, with the callers talking about freshmen and we don't usually see, I mean, that's my thing, man. I've kind of stopped following like deeply into recruiting, basketball wise, the last, 4 or 5 years or whatever, just because the nature of the game, they commit, then they decommit, and then they go somewhere else or whatever. But one thing, and you guys have probably already talked about this kid probably way before obviously the season, but Dre Davis kid, man, he looks freaking legit. That kid doesn't look like a freshman, a true freshman that just stepped off a high school court. That kid looks like a seasoned veteran, man. And it's just awesome to see again, and my thing is, I don't know what you guys think about this. For the first time, this is kind of introduction to Mac and his players
and his style.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because his style, that first year you take over, you already got the roster already set. Last year you still got Wara, you still got. To me, I love it when we finally get a season, just in general, where we get introduced to a bunch of new kids and get to watch how they look, their style, what they can bring for the future. To me, we're seeing kind of the first introduction to a MAC type of team. And to me, based on what we've seen in the years past on freshman with Bettino and what we got now, I mean, how can you not be excited? They're going to take their lumps. I mean, of course, they got injuries and things like that. But, man, these kids are getting great experience, man, for down the road. And, I mean, I'm excited, man. I'm super excited. So, my thoughts, guys. Dre Davis, legit.
Joe, appreciate the calls. We'll keep it rolling along. Falon, thanks for joining us on Middays with Marcus Maben. What's on your mind?
Hey, what's up, Steve Maben?
What's up, man?
Feeling good?
I'm good. Friday I heard this comment. Oh yeah, extended show, 56. You know, the man said, "Hey, boy, that the Louisville transfer to Kentucky."
Devin
Askew was great. By the way, he didn't play. I mean, sorry, he didn't play well Sunday. To pose this question, I wanted to say it looks great. Is that a credit to next recruiting or evaluation? Is that Coach Cal coaching?
No, listen, I appreciate the call. I mean, listen, he was a good player. We knew he was a good player. But we also knew he was a reclass guy. You know,
he's going to take some time.
I'm not here for the Askew slander or anything like that. I thought, like I said, I thought he was tough when he came here to play with us.
He was good. He was good in scrimmages when he come here and played. Yeah, no, he's a good player. He should be a high school senior right now.
Right. It's going to be amazing. How much Louisville are we going to talk today or on all our airways instead of talking about? Listen, first of all, imagine if Mac had lost to Richmond.
Okay. First off,
imagine if Coach Mac had decided not to do his press conference and let someone else and let Mike Pegues go out there and do the press conference. And then his excuse is, oh, I had to do some radio talk. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Imagine what your social media world would be like. Imagine that. And then imagine after all the back and forth pettiness on the scheduling, imagine if Mac lost and said, I mean, it's just not the same without fans in here. I mean, it's just like regular basketball.
It's like we're just playing basketball on a court. So, yeah.
No, you didn't just say that. No, you didn't just say with no fans. It's just like we're just out here just playing basketball.
Yeah.
And so I immediately go to all my people that I follow, and I'm like, oh, even they're going to crush Coach Cal on this one.
Oh, I'm sure they will at some point. Let's keep it rolling.
Jesse, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
I don't know how y'all feel, but I feel that my favorite thing about this team so far is we don't just jack threes. We put the ball on the floor and we try to get to the bucket. Like, that's my favorite part about it. And we play such good team ball.
Listen,
I don't know if anybody that was Coach Walls. Did you hear that?
You said it, Steve. You said it, and I was gonna laugh, and then I replayed him in my mind, and I said, "That was Coach Walls."
You can't convince me that Jesse wasn't Coach Walls.
Jesse, please call back. Please call back right now. I have to ask you two questions. Jesse, please, 8150-93. Jesse, call right now.
Did anybody else?
I'm gonna make Brian answer the phone.
Oh my gosh.
I want to ask you, what do you think about your chances to win a championship this year?
Just give me the answers. Even if you're not Coach Walls, you give me the answers because I want to hear it. Yeah.
Todd, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
Guys, I've got something to bring up. The way that these freshmen are playing right now, you stop and think about it. Samuel, he has a dislocated toe. He's coming back. Malik's coming back. Nickelberry's coming back. All the guys that we've got out are coming back. Think how dangerous this team is going to be with the way these youngsters are playing right now. When they come back and are put back in the lineup, and the way that this is going to, talent-wise, improve everything when you get a little bit more senior players coming back in the game. When we get to tournament time, this team is going to be dangerous.
Todd, listen, I couldn't agree more. I appreciate the call.
Well, I was going to say because even lumps that they're going to over the next couple of weeks. I mean, heck, let's just be truthful, and we'll get to it later, and we'll let Brian talk a little bit about it too. But I mean, hey, even tomorrow, there's a very good chance you might take a lump tomorrow,
right?
And they're going to take some, but man, they are going to know what caused them to lose in close games and what caused them to win in close games. And then you're going to add pieces back. Todd is right. We're trying to kind of stay where we're at right now. But it's hard not to, because I want to enjoy this team, but it's hard not to project out and go, hey.
No, I'm not. I'm smelling these roses as they go. Oh, we got a special guest. It's awesome. Coach Walls, thanks for joining us on Middays with Marcus Maven. How's it going?
No, it's not no Coach Walls, man.
That's awesome. Oh, that was perfect.
I wish I was Coach Walls. I'm out here delivering mail right now on Eastern Parkway.
Coach, so let me ask you this: how big was it that Dana Evans decided to come back this year?
Huge, very huge. But let's talk about my baby, Haley Van Lith.
I'm listening. What does she bring to the table, Coach?
Everything, all aspects. She can shoot it. She can pass it. She's smart. She looks good while doing it.
Listen, Coach Wall, I do appreciate the call.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Listen, that's Coach Wall.
That's Coach Wall.
That is absolutely Coach Wall.
Oh,
Jeff, thanks for joining us on 93.9. What's on your mind?
Hey, what's going on, fellas, man? What's up, Marcus? That's Robert.
Feeling good.
This comment I'm gonna make is really to you all as a whole, as a station. 2020, COVID is gone. I didn't even play fantasy because of the sports, man. Because I'm gonna pay all this money, then I come players and I play. I've been down. Big Dallas fan. They look like I can't say the word.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? Then the beginning of the college football, U of L, expectation that didn't go well. But then we got the basketball, we got players hurt, blah blah blah. But what makes me get motivated? Dude, I'm sitting there listening to y'all today, and I'm saying I've been down. I don't even want to watch sports, man. Every time I listen to you all, from 10 to 12, I get motivated, dude. I'm just saying. I'm saying thank you to you all to keep me motivated, because I'm saying, man, y'all make me laugh, y'all get the stats, y'all do all the guests, you got Coach Wise on the phone, y'all make my day a better day, because this sports, man, is driving me nuts, but you all keep me going. So I just want to say thanks, fellas. So keep doing what you're doing, man. All right.
Listen, Jack, we really, really, really do appreciate that. Yeah, we appreciate that call. And we actually come here with the plan on making everybody remember, just smell these roses, man. Like I say, every game you play, Steve and I had a long conversation about that last night. Like as down and as frustrated and disappointed I am with the football season, if you remember what you would have sacrificed to have a football season, that will give you some clarity. That will bring you back. Because listen, everybody's had those moments, Jeff, where you're just like, what are we doing here in the frustration? But remember how much work everybody's putting in to keep these things happening, how much sacrifice is going on, and how much determination is being the process, Steve. And then you get to enjoy your basketball process. You get to realize these dudes have been laying it on the line in this offseason trying to get here. Dave, thanks for joining us on Middays with Marcus Maven. What's on your mind?
I went to the women's game last night. I was one of the few that were allowed in, so that was fun. This season so far, I think that the PA announcer it should be like when you go to a play and they announce beforehand, tonight the role of Maisha Hines Allen is being played by Olivia Cochran.
Golly.
And you go to the men's game, tonight the role of Dwayne Sutton is being played by Dre Davis.
That's a great point.
And I thought, as soon as I saw those two play, I thought, we're in good shape. We got those two people back.
Yeah.
I got.
Jeez, that's
Dave,
a good point, Dave.
That's a great point. And I was driving. I was on 65, Steve, and it just hit me. I was so thankful. Like Jeff's call, the reverse of Jeff's call is I am so thankful I get to do radio and media with smart fans.
Yeah.
With real fans of sports, not just like, okay, it would have been smart for me a long time ago, people, to go into the troll world or go into the gambling show conversation all day. Like, we knew gambling was coming or it was increasing. Like, I could have jumped ahead of that curve a long time ago. But or I could have, like, there's a lot of ways Steve and I, the direction of the show we could have took that would have made us more, palatable to everybody else. But knowing how smart the fan base was, we knew we could stay in the sports world. We could just, we didn't have to do jokes and, we give our digs. I respect my opponents and all that, but we didn't have to do digs and stuff. We just, we were able to
wait like 2-3 minutes
of sports itself. Yeah, that's cool. Just and so like I said, it's my reverse thank you.
Let's do a longer one.
And I appreciate so much that we have a smart fan base, a passionate fan base that can enjoy comparisons of DeAndre Davis. And I'm like, most players, did you win or did you lose? How many points did you score? Well, Dwayne Sutton scored more points than him. He's not better, and he won this many. No. Look at him develop,
and that's what I say. I mean, look, if Western comes in here tomorrow and gets a win, and they're a dang good team.
They're a good team.
And I'm pulling for them big time, man. I think they could really. I think they can make some noise,
good
man.
Team
yeah.
And state, we needed veterans to beat them last year.
I'll tell you what, if we win that game tomorrow.
No, I'm gonna be.
It's weird to say that, but it's a big time win.
Oh, big time, absolutely.
Listen,
especially if Sam didn't play.
And don't be afraid to say it's a big time win. Like teams like that, they get it together, or they get you get a guy coming off injury that was supposed to already be in the league. You get some veterans coming back. You get some nice freshman piece. Like, they have a fully developed roster.
Yeah.
Well, Western Kentucky's one of those schools that, once every few years, the top 25 team.
Sure.
So, and this is one of those few years that they're going to be in that top 25 conversation. So this is like beating, an upper tier ACC team as opposed to what you would regularly consider like a Western Kentucky.
And didn't Bassey get injured early last year? So he should be just like really getting his confidence going.
No.
Like really, okay, I'm good. Got a couple games under my belt. My mental health of my injury is where it needs to be. Like this, listen, this is shaping up, and this is shaping up to be just an excellent situation. We're keeping it rolling along. Middays with
Love getting prices that are lower than low on backyard favorites like grill-ready hamburgers and fresh-picked strawberries? Then shop at Kroger. We give you more ways to save on the fresh you love with tools like the Kroger app, where you can find personalized coupons on top of weekly sales, plus rewards like fuel points, giving you prices that are lower than the everyday low. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Skip the mall this holiday season and come to Shane Company, where shopping's safer and easier than ever. To keep everyone safe, we're taking extra precautions, including temperature screenings, mandatory masks, and social distancing. We've also installed a new air purification system with state-of-the-art technology. To make shopping easy for you, we have curated holiday gifts wrapped with a bow and ready to give. This year, one of my favorites is our exclusive star pendant with a natural ice blue sapphire for $165. It's the perfect gift for the star in your life. Another favorite, our elegant cultured pearl pendant with diamond accents for $465. Now you have a friend in the jewelry business. Shane Company and Shaneco.com. Open weekdays 9 till 9, Saturday 10 till 8, and Sunday 11 to 5.
Mark Ennis here, telling you about my friends at Bosch Lawn Care. For the past few years, I've trusted Bosch Lawn Care with my yard maintenance at my house. That's mowing, weed eating, trimming bushes, cleaning mulch installation, and much more. Get yourself out of hours of work in the yard when you could be kicking back and enjoying time with your family and friends. Call 833-2GET-CUT. That's 833-243-8288, or visit them online at BoschLawnCare.com. Trust the lawn experts I trust. They're professional, affordable. Bosch Lawn Care.
Hey, Card Nation, let's be honest. The real estate market in Kentucky is booming. And whether you want to buy or sell a home, now is the perfect time to do it. With interest rates at an all-time low and programs that can get you in a home for no money down. Want to learn more? It's simple. Just call Derek A. Stewart with Dream JP Pirtle. Derek is available virtually around the clock to listen, understand, and help you with all your realtor needs. So don't waste another second. Call Derek A. Stewart at 502-314-9868 today.
After all we've been through this year, Genesis Diamonds wants to help make your 2020 end on a truly magical note with an over-the-top holiday gift your loved one will cherish forever. So we're offering the most aggressive financing offer ever. 5 years, 0 interest on any purchase with nothing down. Imagine getting the Halo engagement ring of her dreams for only $100 a month. A diamond tennis bracelet or stunning eternity band for only $50 a month. Or a pair of diamond studs for just $30 a month and with no money down. Everything's included. All GIA certified diamonds, all engagement rings, all wedding rings, 3 and 5 stone rings, dainty diamond studs, our new and trendy diamond hoops, diamond tennis bracelets, emerald and sapphire jewelry, Swiss timepieces. Genesis has the best bridal designers in the world, plus a selection like that of 50 stores combined. Let Genesis Diamonds non-commissioned experts help you find that perfect gift. Buy it with no money down and finance it for 5 years at 0% interest. Genesis Diamonds, Shelbyville Road Plaza. Open this Sunday on approved credit.
Hey, Kentuckiana, Luke Hancock here. I wanted to take a minute to tell you about my good friends at Fitness Market. When my fiance and I were looking for a high-quality piece of fitness equipment for our home, we knew there was only one place in Louisville that we needed to go, Fitness Market. The friendly staff at Fitness Market showed us their amazing selection of equipment options, carefully explained all the different machines, and most importantly, treated us like family. We purchased the most amazing Kaiser indoor cycle, and we couldn't be happier. What was truly incredible was how many different treadmills, ellipticals, home gyms, rowers, and spin bikes they had. From the best brands in the industry like Precor, Matrix, Hoist, Spirit, and our favorite Kaiser. These guys are Louisville's e-bike headquarters. Fitness Market not only has new equipment, but they also have a huge selection of pre-owned equipment as well. That means they have something in everyone's price range. 2 locations, Westport Road just inside the Snyder, and their superstore on Plantside Drive at the corner of Watterson Trail, and online at thefitnessmarket.com.
Love getting prices that are lower than low on backyard favorites like grill-ready hamburgers and fresh-picked strawberries? Then shop at Kroger. We give you more ways to save on the fresh you love with tools like the Kroger app, where you can find personalized coupons on top of weekly sales. Plus, rewards like fuel points, giving you prices that are lower than the everyday low.
93.9
Kroger, fresh for everyone.
After all we've been through this year, Genesis Diamonds wants to help make your 2020 end on a truly magical note with an over-the-top holiday gift your loved one will cherish forever. So we're offering the most aggressive financing offer ever. 5 years, 0 interest on any purchase with nothing down. Imagine getting the Halo engagement ring of her dreams for only $100 a month, a diamond tennis bracelet or stunning Eternity band for only $50 a month, or a pair of diamond studs for just $30 a month and with no money down. Everything's included. All GIA certified diamonds, all engagement rings, all wedding rings, 3 and 5 stone rings, dainty diamond studs, our new and trendy diamond hoops, diamond tennis bracelets, emerald and sapphire jewelry, Swiss timepieces. Genesis has the best bridal designers in the world, plus a selection like that of 50 stores combined. Let Genesis Diamonds non-commissioned experts help you find that perfect gift. Buy it with no money down and finance it for 5 years at 0% interest. Genesis Diamonds, Shelbyville Road Plaza. Open this Sunday on approved credit.
Have you been in a car wreck? Insurance companies can be really tough to deal with on your own. I'm Sam Aguiar, and our team is here to help. We have been fortunate enough to represent thousands of people from Kentucky communities, and we would love to speak with you about your potential case. Our team loves what we do. The consultation for you is free, and we don't charge you anything unless we win the case for you. So come be a part of our team. Our phone number is easy, 502-888-8888. 502-888-8888.
Time now for an ESPN Louisville Sports Center update.
Good morning, I'm Brian Hull. The Sports Center update brought to you by O'Brien Ford. All 2020 Fords must go. Just a short drive to Shelbyville. Drive a little, save a lot, or visit o'brienford.com. After a tough 76-64 loss to Richmond in Kentucky's second game of the season, Center Olivier Sarr says the team needs to keep looking forward and learn from their mistakes.
Once again, it's the second game of the year. We got to pick our heads up because we got a whole lot of games coming. We got another game on Tuesday, and we just got to get ready for that one, watch film, learn from our mistakes, and just move on,
The Cats will look to bounce back tomorrow as they'll take on number 6 Kansas in the Champions Classic. On to the Louisville side, the Cards picked up their third straight win yesterday with an 86-64 win over Prairie View A&M. Jalen Withers led the way for the team with 20 points and 9 rebounds. During the game, sophomore forward Samuel Williamson suffered an injury. Coach Mack gave an update on that injury after the game.
It's like if you dislocate a finger, just pop that sucker back in, tape it together with the next finger, you're ready to go. Unfortunately, you can't.
Y'all think Sam will play tomorrow?
Today,
I don't think he'll play tomorrow.
Wasn't in a lot of.
I think he'll play him at this weekend.
So he's going to be listed as day to day, and
that's a big loss too going into the WKU game. To keep that rolling tomorrow as they'll take on the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. Moving on to football, the University of Kentucky suffered a 34-10 loss to number 6 Florida over the weekend. But that wasn't all they lost as linebacker J.J. Weaver is out for the season now with a torn ACL. The Louisville football team suffered a tough loss as well at the hands of Boston College, 34-27, as the team was again plagued by turnovers as they had 2 fumbles and one. Hey, Steve, don't forget that Moby Dick, too, because Scott's been texting me. 31 for 294 yards passing with 2 touchdowns and 1 interception, while adding 17 carries for 133 yards rushing as well. Des Fitzpatrick led the way for the receivers with 8 catches for 182 yards and a touchdown. The 3-7 Colts will wrap up the season on Saturday, December 19th, when they take on Wake Forest at home. Moving on to the NFL, in yesterday's NFL action, the Indianapolis Colts fell to the Tennessee Titans 45-26. Meanwhile, the New York Giants defeated the Cincinnati Bengals 19-17, and the Baltimore Ravens are set to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers tomorrow night without Lamar Jackson, who tested positive for COVID-19 last week. A reminder that ESPN Louisville is your exclusive home for the NFL this season, as we'll be carrying tonight's Monday Night Football action between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Seattle Seahawks. Coverage will begin on our sister station, ESPN 680, around 7:30. Keep it locked here. Midday with Marcus Maben is next. This is SportsCenter.
Hey, Cards fans. Zach here from Great Flood Brewing with a friendly reminder that we have a number of carry-out options for you this season. Growlers for beer, bottled cocktails to go, and delicious food, as well as a heated patio, are all on offer at our Middletown restaurant. Growlers, cans, and a patio with heaters are available at our Highlands location. Please stop by. We'd love to say hello and can't wait to see you all soon. Call 502-208-0882 to reach your preferred location or follow us at Great Flood Beer, Great Flood Middletown on social media for updates. Thanks again.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
And don't forget about their famous hand-cut onion rings cooked to order with 15 area locations. Moby Dick has learned it's the people that make the restaurant special and lasting. They appreciate their customers for making them a fabric of this community and the Louisville staple since 1967. Moby Dick, a well of a sandwich.
Now, we could not be hypocritical, Steve. That was a great point you named, even though I will say this. I feel like I had been carrying the flag of process, the flag of staying involved, the appreciation for what these football players have been through to even get a season going and how much they have sacrificed and left up on the line. But the product on the field, Steve, Saturday, Boston College road game, go.
Oh man, jeez, where do we start? It was a little bit of rinse and repeat. Yeah, it was a little bit of a rinse and repeat. Another game where you tallied up a ton of yards.
Is it true? I think Kelly Dickey sent a stat that said 6 out of 9 games you led the other team offensively
in yardage. And it's one of those deals, man, where it's again, and I mean, I will make this joke because anytime I can make reference to Kentucky losing, I'm going to do it. But Kentucky out rebounded Richmond yesterday by like 20 and lost the game. And you're like, what? How? You can get them, Nick. Go ahead. You're fine. Okay. Hey.
Big win. L's up, baby.
But yeah, it was one of those deals where you go, so y'all did everything right, really, except put the ball in the basket. I mean, and it's kind of like an obvious, like, yeah, but I mean, that's really true. With Louisville, again, you outgained them. You looked good. I mean, for a lot of times, the offense looked like it was pretty decent. I mean, the defense is kind of getting wore down again. With depth, we knew that would happen, but you're just turning the ball over.
Right. You even did not have Goldwire for that game. But I'll say this, in the debate, which is, it basically comes down to this. This is the only debate that we're still having. The verbiage of fixable. Is it fixable? Again, I hear the side. If you're a fumbling team, if you've been fumbling all year, then you're a fumbling team. and the other side that says it's almost different kind of fumbles each time. Like again, the coach Satterfield side, a lot of turnovers have been fluky. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them can psychologically kind of have an impact. Once you get labeled, I said it before, early in the season, once you get labeled as a fumbling team, the other team turns into rabid wolves when it comes to trying to get you to fumble. So it becomes harder to maintain possession of the ball. But again, you've seen a Javian. Okay, if I just explain to you the situation of each fumble, okay, Javian Hawkins lead top 5 in carries without fumbling.
Yeah.
And he has 2 in the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
If we said that, and then I said Malik, fourth quarter, fourth down, you take away his 2 fourth quarter picks, when he's just throwing the ball in the end zone. And then Tutu Atwell, that fumble.
Yeah.
That's here's the thing. If it was the same person, I would even go harder on the systematic problem, But I will say this in the fumbling world. If I wanted to give a concrete, what's the problem? How do we fix it? I would agree it can't be fixed at this point in the season. If you had to have a concrete answer, right?
Yeah.
But what answer I will give you is your strength and conditioning program in the off season has to incorporate a lot more ball security.
Oh yeah,
stuff.
Well, here's the thing I will say, and the reason why I'm not totally just crushing Satterfield today or over the turnovers is, I think Kent Taylor said it this morning with Drew.
Mm-hmm.
Satterfield made a point to say his App State teams don't turn the ball over. I think that's probably something. There's more evidence that says his teams don't turn the ball over than his teams do.
Mm-hmm.
So even last year. So I'm thinking that maybe
even last year,
maybe that's a personnel thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think some of that comes when losing starts to get infectious.
Yep.
And when Tutu Atwell catches a ball and just drops it. That was a big first down. He was going to go for at least another 10, 15 and just drops it. It's it's the same way where you can watch a team play and you can say when a team starts hitting threes and it's all of a sudden it's Rummage hit a fadeaway 3.
Right.
Because everybody's the confidence. Everybody's just man, they're just going in. I feel like that the ball is just because a lot of these fumbles. There's been a couple that embarrassed me, like the Georgia Tech one where they just ripped it out of his hands.
Wait, not the one where he's no, the late. Wait, see, you said Georgia Tech, and I thought about the one where Malik was driving late down the field, and we were getting in scoring position. Who was that against? When they just ripped it out of his hand? That was more recent.
Yeah, that was more recent. I was talking about Georgia Tech when I think it was Hassan Hall, and the dude just grabbed the ball and just ripped it out when it was on the pile, and I was like, that's embarrassing.
Right.
But those aren't really how these fumbles are happening. They're just like the other day, or was it Malik against Syracuse?
When he just stepped up in the pocket.
He just holding the ball around and they just knock it out and the ball goes flying. Tutu just drops it. You're getting guys just ball goes off their hands. Oh, it's
the Dez Fitzpatrick interception screenplay.
Yeah, and it's just kind of okay, maybe this is just
it's a little fluke, and you guys are getting down on yourselves a little bit.
And losing is becoming contagious. That's why I say I almost wouldn't be shocked for them to look better against Wake Forest than they've looked all year.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that is it's over. Okay, we know Wake Forest for the last game. It's over. I know. Could they technically be picked for a bowl if they wanted to? If enough teams decline and Louisville wants to play, they might get in one. But for the most part, it's over there. So I wouldn't be surprised for this season for them to treat this and just say, okay, this is it. You know what I'm saying?
And they come too far to just totally check out anyway. I know they want to have a good last game to go into their off season. Chris, thanks for joining us on 93.9. What's on your mind?
What's up, Maven Rummage?
What's up, man?
Hey, just real quick. The football team, we just got ahead of schedule. We had such a great year last year. This year is probably more where we thought we would be at. a couple things go differently for us, and we're 6 or 7 wins. We're gonna be fine in football. People just need to come down a little bit. And then as far as basketball goes, I'm watching the Kentucky game yesterday. I'm watching the Louisville game. Both teams are playing with a lot of freshmen. One difference is in the Seton Hall game when things were really getting out of control, Carly just pulled up and hit a jumper at the elbow. But all the freshmen know, hey, I'm here for you guys. I'm going to let you do your thing, but if you need me, I'm here for you. Kentucky doesn't have that guy. And that's the difference between our group and their group. And the fact that everything is just kind of falling in line for us. Matt almost has to play these freshmen, which works out great because, I mean, last year we had 6 freshmen. We didn't hardly play any of them. This year his hand got forced, and it's been the best thing that's happened for him, the Cardinal fan base. We've re-energized. Everything looks good. Can't wait to get Midland back. And gosh, I hope Nickelberry is the guy that we need who can hit the shot on the wing. I'll listen to you guys.
No, appreciate the call. I will say this with the narrative. I will say this with the forced hand narrative. We knew Jalen Withers was going to play this year. Redshirted. We knew. Coach Mack knew when he talked about his development in practice last year. So that's a new guy that's not forced hand. DeAndre Davis was not a forced hand, in my opinion. DeAndre Davis came in. He's the first guy who won the gold jersey outside of David and Carlik, right?
Yeah.
DeAndre Davis.
Yep.
That's a guy that's not, his hand is not getting forced.
Yeah.
Charles Midland was still practicing when DeAndre Davis won that jersey.
Yeah.
So let's not forget about that. The only forced hand guys I would really put in there is probably Aiden and Gabe.
Yeah.
I think JJ Traynor was going to play. I think his athleticism around that basket, again, JJ Traynor on a different type of team without a Carlik Jones maybe needs more time to develop.
Well, Carlik Jones said they asked him about JJ, and he said, we're not really surprised. He said over the last couple of weeks, he's really been coming on. Like, he said we've watched him kind of take a couple steps forward. Now, look, he could be saying that, but I mean, I don't know. Carlik said a few things that makes me believe that he would have just said, "Yeah, I'm kind of shocked. He sucks in practice." Like
he's so straightforward.
He's made a couple comments about just things about practice and stuff when he, and I'm like, I kind of believe him when he talks, like,
Right.
where, yeah. So when he said, I mean, honestly, the last couple of weeks, he's really taken a few steps forward. And so we're not really all that shocked.
Talk about a dude who's really happy to be here.
Oh man, you can tell.
Can you hear him smiling in his talking?
Oh yeah.
Like you think I'm smiling through the radio, people? Carlik Jones is happy to be here in Louisville. I think Carlik Jones stays here. Like, if unless there's some right in his hometown that he wants to get back to, he's gonna love this place.
No, I agree, man.
Let's get to the phone lines. Birdhead Ryan, thanks for joining us on 93.9. What's on your mind?
Morning, gentlemen. Question for you, Marcus. More for you because you are a player. But Steve, I definitely want to hear your answer. And quick question, I'll jump off. The injuries that we have on the basketball team, what 2 or 3 players are going to benefit most from this playing time? Would it be Ray Davis, or because I felt like he was going to play anyway. But who do you think? Once we get the players back into December, I'm not counting Malik because I don't know if he's going to be back this year. That injury, but you get everybody back other than Malik at the end of December. What players do you think, looking back, will have benefited the most from this early playing time? And I will jump off. Great show, guys. Take care. Go.
Appreciate
the call. This is going to be kind of a curveball. I think Carlik Jones is benefiting the most.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's benefiting the most out of this. Malik Williams and Carlik Jones on a court together is a lot different from Carlik having to make the other guys better.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, okay, does that make sense? Like
absolutely.
you've reduced it, and I know what you were asking me, and I'm going to go into the individual personnel part of it. I think the biggest benefit of not having Malik on the court is Carlik Jones gets to work in a different kind of space.
Mm-hmm.
Pick and roll that I can always kick it back out to Malik for the top of the key 3. pick and roll where I know Malik can catch the ball, catch him rolling. Like all that consistency that Malik Williams brings to the table is not there.
Yeah.
So now it's an open, and it forces everybody to kind of pay a lot more attention to me.
Sure.
You know, just like I said, it turned him into the one voice leader guy instead of people, you know, and I'm not saying it like it's a beef thing or anything. Instead of some voices kind of, you know, gravitating to Malik and some kind of going to Carlik. Carlik is the leader of this team 100%.
You can see it. Yeah, you can see it.
So
you watch the game, you can see that he's the leader. Yeah,
I think that Malik thing kind of affected that. Number 2, what 3 guys? I mean, it has, like I said, it has to be. I'm glad. I was happy to see Gabe get a couple minutes in there. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the court is going to feel like with Jalen and Malik on it together.
I think it's forced. I mean,
does it allow JJ to go back to being a stretch 4?
It's possible. I mean, because they played a lineup the other day, and somewhere on the text line, and I'm sorry, I don't know. I've read. Oh, we've had a ton of great texts today, but I read one earlier that brought up a point and said that lineup with JJ and Aiden looked pretty good when it was in there, and that's where I think an obvious answer could be. I really enjoy what Aiden's given us. I think Aiden's a process.
I'm glad you brought that up because I wouldn't have got back to that one.
Yeah, I think he's a process, and I think watching him again, he knows what he's doing with the basketball in his hand under the basket. He knows go up, score, dunk it, try to go up strong. In the times he's got it underneath the rim, he's dunked 3 of them, and he's got fouled. I mean, that's when he's caught the ball underneath. That's what he's come up with so far. So in limited time, but him and Jalen, I did like seeing Jalen play next to a guy who's more of a paint guy, because it looked good when they were in the game together. So that did help me with, okay, come February when Malik's back and we're putting him back into the fold, because that's a big piece to put back in.
Just not
in February. Yeah, and I don't mean that like saying, oh, that's the reason we're going. I say it like I'm kind of worried because there's a lot. He commands a lot in that lineup.
He's the guy that keeps Bassey under control.
Yeah. But I'm also saying it almost like not just like, oh, he's a big piece, and as soon as he gets back, we're going to be awesome. I'm like, he's a big piece, and how's that going to affect everybody else around him? Because he's not just a guy that's going to, oh, well, he comes back in, and does it really change anything?
No, he's a big momentum shift. Let me address the Aiden thing. Let me say this. Aiden is a half a second slow.
Yeah, right. I would agree with that.
A half a second slow. Not because he's physically slow. He's just thinking a little more. And again, late starting Aiden again. And to those who are just trying to turn Aiden into the biggest, like he's overhyped bust. He's a not McDonald's. He was in Jordan Brand Classic All-Star game. Like that's a huge All-Star game. Like top, 54?
Yeah.
54. Like Aiden's upside and potential is the reason his rankings were high. And you listen, his style is different from Coach. Like, what are we learning? Coach Mack likes guys who are naturals, right?
Yeah.
We're naturals, natural players. Quinn, Jalen, DeAndre, Sam, they're natural guys. I can score on my own.
Yeah.
I don't need all this system stuff. That's why he doesn't do all that system stuff. Now on the defensive end, it's a whole theory. Like if you put Aiden on a man-to-man team, told him don't let his man score, Aiden would be a much better defender in that kind of system, in that style. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was going to come down to how fast can he adapt to Coach Mack's style. His style is a lot different, people, from normal man-to-man defense and help side defense. So and when you're a step like it has to be real harmonious. Listen, how many You people listen to Coach Pitino year after year after year. He's not getting the matchup.
Yeah.
And what do we yell? Well, change the defense, coach, because I want to see insert player here. I want to see more of Dangadell or whoever. Dude, he's a step behind on the matchup. A step behind is going to get you killed on our matchup zone.
Sure.
So, yeah, let's just call it a matchup that is complicated. You know, it's unnatural, put it that way.
Tomorrow will be an interesting game of chess, and I'm interested if Aiden's going to be a piece in Coach Mack's game. Because
will it be more Gabe or Aiden?
I don't know that either. I think they're going to
go small.
I think they're going to double. Yeah, I think they're going to try to double. I think they're going to pick one or two guys on Western and dare them to beat them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I think you're going to see. I think you're going to see them double Bassey. I think you're going to see them up on Hollingsworth, and then take two guys and say, okay, if y'all can beat us, cool. Like, we'll eat this one. Yeah.
To be honest, like Western has a lot of good players, but if you take Hollingsworth and Bassey out of it, like it's a completely different team. I mean, they have good pieces. Like, don't get me wrong. Carson Williams is a thick power forward that's tough to guard. Josh Anderson's probably one of the most athletic players you'll see on a basketball court. But if you take those two guys out of it, you got a very beatable team.
Oh, yeah. Because, I mean, let's not forget. I mean, Louisville is putting out there, like, Western has what, maybe one guy, Bassey, that's ranked coming out of high school higher than majority of Louisville players. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so we're talking about guys who it's like, okay, Louisville should have. I mean, also, as this game comes on, I also don't want to turn this into like Louisville's the Bad News Bears playing Western.
Right.
Louisville's got better players than Western.
Yeah. I'm just saying that the fully developed Western team
that I agree with
is what if you lose, you're losing to a full team.
A 4-year guy in Hollingsworth's a senior, right?
Hollingsworth's a senior. Yeah. Anderson's a senior.
Yeah.
Kenny Cooper's a senior. They start 4 seniors and a junior.
Bassey's in his 3rd year of college basketball.
Yeah, and this is nothing new, people.
Yeah, Bassey's the junior.
Yeah,
and then 4 seniors.
This is nothing new, people. This is what Marcus Maven screams every time you play either a non-power 5 or a team that is not supposed to be, ACC. I say it all the time. Seniors are a problem in college basketball. Listen, they're not going to be your guy you scream about drafting. So if your guy that says, oh, what are they ranked on the draft boards or what are their players, then this is conversation not for you. This is for real basketball fans.
Yeah, and then they also have 3 Mr. Kentucky basketballs on the roster.
Yeah, and McKnight's legit. I mean, freshman.
So last year was McKnight. Hollingsworth is a Mr. Kentucky basketball, and Carson Williams is a Mr. Kentucky basketball. And then they got Frampton, who is the transfer from Davidson, who's the 6th man off the bench, and he is one of only 2 players in Davidson history to hit over 100 3-pointers in one season, and the other being Steph Curry.
Yeah. So I mean, they can
play.
Yeah, they can play. Yeah. So
it's not shameful at all.
So back to what I was saying though, I'm interested to see if he does give Aiden a shot. Like, it's a big guy. Let's see if this is something, because I didn't think Aiden was all that bad against Seton Hall, right?
Aiden just needs to keep his hands out of the basketball cookie jar. He can't resist jumping, for a block. He can't. He's having to calm down all his natural instincts to be just an athlete.
What are people thinking about Aiden? Have you got a read on it on Twitter or text line or call anything?
You know what I think? I think people in the public like Aiden and like what they see.
Yeah.
They like to see him out there. They like to see the way he moves. They like to see him, he shoots, got a nice free throw touch, makes athletic plays when given a chance. Like everyone's collectively disappointed when Aiden, messes up, but you're willing to put up with his mess ups when he does something good. I think the only story is, Super 6, cornerstone piece really sucks.
Yeah.
I think that's the only good story, right?
Yeah.
But because again, you started the show with talking development, foundation, watching these guys figure it out game by game. That stuff is fun to you.
Yeah.
It's fun to me. A lot of people, it's not fun to talk about the details of Aiden learning not to reach, how to chest up naturally, without fouling, Like those are the things we're seeing. His ability to catch and go vertical. That's not good story. That's not good. That's not good for me, like regular media.
Because I think you would agree with me. I think post games this year, especially over the next month or so, I think Kentucky, barring because you have personal feelings there, I think post games are going to be a little more pleasant even after losses. Now, if they come on, now if they're looking like they're just getting blown out or something, then it's gonna be like, okay, now this sucks.
Yeah.
But I do think that even post games, I think when you go back to talking about this being a smart fan base, I agree. I think people are really in. Now, last year, look, you start in the top 5. I ain't here for no time. Look, hey, if you lost, there's a reason you lost. I don't care if it's our first loss in 3-5 weeks. You suck.
Yeah. I don't care if it's Richmond.
I'm here for that. Right. Yeah, I don't care who it is. I don't care if you're telling me that this team's supposed to be the best in their conference, whatever. Because I watched us do it with Louisville last year, and I was absolutely okay with it because I did it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, you have superior talent, blah, blah, blah. This year, I think people are smart enough to fight off I think it could be really good by March. I think it could be really good by March.
What Aiden has done, has gotten 90% of people off of Coach Mack's back.
I agree.
Because you see him, you saw the mistakes he's making, you saw what Coach Mack, like when you said, Steve, this is a new team, a new vibe, a new feeling, we get to see what Coach Mack personally likes in this team.
Yeah.
Again, our caller called in early. No, not a bunch of chucking up on the 3-pointers. They're trying to attack the basket. Almost the 100% opposite of what we were last year, which means give this man his coaching data point. Yeah. We saw him with a shooting team be a shooting offense, a bunch of shooters.
Yeah.
1 year later, different looking defense. It's the same technically, but they look different on defense with the switching, Steve.
Yeah.
That we never switched last year.
I would agree.
The closing out, the stand on the ground, the IQ on the defensive end has went from a totally different team to a Mac style team. So if you're going to be rah-rahing, when you're mad at him, give him his props. You saw exactly what he was telling you about with Aiden just being a step behind, and you saw where he can fix it. You saw him change the defense. You saw his offensive development. You see his talent evaluation, his recruiting.
Yeah.
Give him credit for his DeAndre Davis.
Hey, look, what a perfect time. I'm under the belief I think they will get DeAndre Davis's brother next week. What a perfect time for his little brother to commit. People are going to treat that kid like a 5-star. You're going to be like 6'7" little brother DeAndre Davis. Come on, baby. We got a spot for you right here.
Reclass right now. Leave school right now.
I know.
Come on here.
But do you think I'm right on that? Do you think that? I mean, of course, you may have some that are just like, we're just, but it's like, I think now again, you do got to hold up your end to the bargain to an extent. You can't lose the next 6 and then be like, well, it's a process. No, yeah, you got to win some. I mean, come on. But you beating Seton Hall gave you a little leeway to go 1-1 this week. It gave you, you know what I'm saying? Wisconsin, you're going up to Wisconsin. That's not one. That's a test. That's one I think you can live with. I do think Pitt and NC State you can beat, especially Pitt. I think you beat Pitt. But I mean, I think as you start, and you're going to start adding Charles Minlin back at some point over the next couple weeks. So yeah, but I think that people are willing this year to enjoy. Like, I think you will have some post games where people are going, okay, it was a loss.
Yep.
But I like what
said
blank did.
Yeah.
I like what we saw here, and I think you'll get more of that over the next.
I tell you what, we'll take our last commercial break. When we come back, individual grades that may surprise you, and I'm going to demand Steve fix 3 problems on the team. Quick commercial break. Middays with Marcus Maven on 99 The Ville.
Pretty soon, turning on the heat in your home will be a common event. And if you're not sure your heating system is ready for the winter months ahead, it may be time to call who we call at the station DFH Company. This month from DFH, you can get 18 months special financing and a $1,000 rebate on a qualified train comfort system from the DFH Company. It's hard to stop a train, and it's hard to not call DFH Company today at 968-6222 or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Visit dfhcompany.com for complete program eligibility, dates, details, and restrictions. Subject to credit approval.
When you are buying or selling a home, you have a ton of questions that need to be answered. Well, what if I could answer those questions with 3 simple words? Call Josh Jarbo. Josh specializes in residential real estate, getting buyers the home of their dreams and sellers top dollar for their home with the best negotiating skills in the industry. And if you tell him you heard about him right here, you'll receive up to a $5,000 seller's credit. So contact Josh Jarbo today at 502-216-7590 or joshjarbo@remax.net.
Mike Greenberg. Greeny.
The Kansas City Chiefs are the team to beat in the AFC for the next 15 years because they have that kit. So in the same way that Michael Jordan should have won a bunch more MVPs and LeBron James should have won a bunch more MVPs, Patrick Mahomes is the MVP. We should rename the MVP award the Patrick Mahomes Award and just give it to whoever is second.
Catch Greeny from 12 to 2 p.m. on 93.9 The Ville.
Now that sports have officially kicked off, there's only 4 things missing from your playbook. 4 pegs. Looking for great smoked wings? 4 pegs. Looking for juicy barbecue and award-winning chili? 4 pegs. If you're just looking for some cold craft, tap, can, or bottled beer, 4 pegs. And the best part about 4 pegs is it's right around the corner at 1053 Goss Avenue in Germantown. So you better get over there fast because the word is spreading. And while you're over there, be sure to ask about their food truck and other catering services.
We're proud to partner with our favorite go-to caffeinated beverage, Focus. Not Focus with an F, but with a PH.
When the reality of COVID-19 hit, our friends at Focus donated over 200,000 cans of Focus to nearly 400 hospitals across the U.S. to keep those on the front lines fueled.
And good news, now you can find Focus at more Kroger's, Thornton's, Liquor Barn, and Party Mart, as well as all the usual spots like Rainbow Blossom, Heine Brothers, Paul's Fruit Market, and CVS.
Or save 15% when you use code ESPN15 at www.drinkfocus.com. Focus, Phocus. Try it today.
When you can't get to Double Dogs, bring Double Dogs to you. All you need to do is fetch and go. With choices like Black Angus burgers, wings tossed in homemade sauces, and dog bowl nachos. Double Dogs will make sure everyone in your family can enjoy their favorites. Now offering family-style dinner deals for a limited time. See our menu at www.doubledogs.biz and then give us a call to order. Come pick your order up curbside today at the Middletown Commons location. Take the night off and let Double Dogs do the cooking with Fetch and Go.
I'm Ethan Moore. And I'm Taylor Lynch. Check out Louisville Sports Live, the city's longest running all U of L sports talk show, every Wednesday at 6 o'clock right here on 93.9 The Ville.
All the best local and national guests talking all things Louisville football, basketball, and recruiting.
Every Wednesday at 6 right here on 93.9 The Ville. And follow us on Twitter at Elville Sports without an O Live.
And check out the website, LouisvilleSportsLive.net. Go Cards.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
after the game, I'll have your post-game show. Be around 8 o'clock, and that'll be on 93.9 The Ville, so you can jump in here with me. Also, a good couple days of basketball here, man. We're going to get Louisville Western tomorrow, especially if Louisville wins. I think you'll flip over to the Champions Classic, and you'll watch Duke, Michigan State, Kentucky, Kansas. We're going to check that out. Now, if Louisville loses, you'll probably still do it because, especially if you feel good about the win. But
Kentucky needs that game bad.
More than ever.
Yeah. So, but then Wednesday, and the reason I'm reading this is because we're going to have these games on ESPN 680, 105.7. Wednesday is Baylor, Illinois. That's legit. It's the Jimmy V Classic. And Gonzaga and West Virginia. Now,
That's a good one.
West Virginia moved in because Tennessee had to pull out. So that would have been big time too. But I may sit down Wednesday and watch that.
West
Jimmy
Virginia
V.
looks good.
I know. West Virginia, of course they do, Brian. They beat Western.
Gonzaga looks real good, though, because the undisputed number 1 team.
Listen to Brian.
I know.
West Virginia's like the in 15 years.
I would do the same.
I know. I would. Of course, I would too. If Seton Hall beat us, I'd be like, there's no way Seton Hall don't win the Big East. No, but you're right, man. So dude, that Wednesday, I'm locked in. It's a good week of basketball. College basketball came in better than it does in normal years. Like college basketball,
the playing field is shaking up.
You can tell that it's a little more even this year, and I know a lot of it has to do with coronavirus, stuff like that, all that stuff. But it's come in strong this year. Like people are really kind of like, oh man, it's big matchups. So you really locked into some of this. So I'll be down there in Tennessee. I might have to drive over to Asheville for the Maui Invitation.
That's awesome.
All right.
Yeah. Texter says, I like Aiden, but sometimes the hype is too much to overcome. All I know is that Aiden dunks the ball with power and plays hard. He's young in basketball IQ. When it stops thinking and just go.
I'm okay with that. That Louisville Live, whether we like it or not, set the bar really high for Aiden. You know what I'm saying?
I still think the individual fan base I think the individual person, the individual basketball eyeball or fan sees exactly again what the problem is, and you either just want him to play more, you know what I'm saying, and get some experience, which is perfectly fine.
Sure.
And you're gonna have to deal with Coach Mack being a little bit tighter on his rotational minutes, that it just is what it is. But look, again, I don't think it's a huge story that he's like not developing or he's a bust or anything like that. It's just he's a younger IQ and younger experience, has a more of a difficult time adjusting to Max style. Tino the Barber, thanks for joining us on 939. What's on your mind?
First off, I want to say, put David in the category for me is can't do nothing right.
Tino, I banned that phrase earlier today.
But
my bad.
Look, but you can do it if you want.
That's fair.
But I know what you're saying.
He's not going to be able to do anything right for me. I remember every missed shot he does and every turnover. You know what I mean? Let me get you got 20 turnovers and he might have one. But anyway, I think this is going to be a good game for Aiden because he's a bull in a china shop. When he runs into somebody, when he sets picks, people fall down, and he's not going to be able to do. Bassey's going to be able to take that bump and the grind and the stuff with him. So I don't think he's going to. His foul trouble. Now he's like you said, he jumps too much. Now he'll get in foul trouble there. But as far as he gets them cheap, silly fouls where he, you know what I'm saying, he sets an aggressive pick or he moves or you know what I'm saying, he might just run into somebody and they fall down and it's a flagrant foul looking type of deal. But I think this is going to be a good job for him. But to me, you play him and you play G Rig. That's 10 fouls to beat up on Bassey, man. It helps spread the floor because stretch the floor for the rest of the guys. Because I like our forwards. I like our stretch forwards, man. They can shoot that jumper, man. And I think the kid from Bardstown, he's slipping my mind.
JJ Trainer.
JJ, yeah, JJ. He's better at the 4 than he is the 5. You know what I'm saying? He's got a nice jump shot. He can hit that free throw giant jump shot. I watched him do it in high school. He can step out a little bit. So I think that's more of his natural position. So, like Steve was saying earlier, with him and Aiden in there together, I think that's a nice little lineup. And Western's guards ain't as good as our guards, so it have to be a guard game, and everybody play their role, man. I appreciate y'all for letting me go, man. Thank you.
No, listen, absolutely. Here's the thing. The one thing I'll say is with the fouls, they don't know how to foul without giving up the and one. So I wouldn't have them in there fouling. I would be focused on making him shoot over the top of you, but not adding like impact, because they'll give up and ones if they try to, if they try to be too physical with Bassey, he'll take advantage of them.
Yeah.
Both forwards, both Western Kentucky big guys will take advantage. All the teams we play against, because again, guys that know how to get fouled are different from hard or soft fouls. Go ahead.
Well, no, you can finish that point if you're.
I was going to transition.
Okay, because I was going to make a quick point about the texter brought up something. I think you did see something Friday with guys at the free throw line. Did you notice? And texter was talking about the players crossing. This team, one thing I love about this team, and I don't know if it's Coach Mack or if it was the team. Texter says Coach Mack, but Carlik Jones said after the game, he said, "Oh yeah, no, I talked to him the whole time. All 3 free throws, I was talking to him." Carlik Jones walk up every time he'd walk up, talking to this guy, but talking to this guy, right? He's talking to the guy at the line, but he's talking to his teammate, and then he'd walk back. Do you notice in between every free throw, our guys would switch? Bottom would switch, top would switch. It was like they did such a good job at making sure there was so much going on because there's no fans. There's not, there's very few fans.
Right.
But every time I shoot, here it goes. Okay, they're switching. Okay, here he comes. All right. Ball, bang. Okay, they're switching again. They're switching. There he comes. All right, ball.
I didn't notice.
And then he misses that last one.
I did not notice.
I was like, great job, guys. At just creating chaos around him, man.
It's funny. I saw a meme, and this will be my one reference to the Nate Robinson debacle.
Oh my God.
So there's a meme that Agent Zero, Gilbert Arenas. Gilbert Arenas does one of those, hey, keep your head up, bro. These people don't know. They haven't tried. You got the heart of an NBA player, which means you know how to bounce back and all that good stuff. You got, it's an inspirational message to Nate Robinson.
Sure.
The comment below is from Swaggy P, and he says, "Bro, LeBron tapped you on the chest in the playoffs, and you choked away the game. We still waiting on you to bounce back from that." Do y'all remember when LeBron went and tapped him on the chest on those clutch free throws? And just like, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
What did you think LeBron said to him on that?
Probably just,
you're gonna miss these free throws.
Well, I think he probably said something like, "You better hit him." Like
that one was pretty funny though.
That was good.
Yeah, that was a good response. And I'm like, Swag, that was mean though.
Yeah,
that was just flat out mean. Yeah, these young punks, man, they
don't care.
They don't care what they tweet to each other, Steve. They really don't care.
No,
like that was the worst moment of Arenas' life outside of the draft or something. He's just like, yeah, dude, you choked away.
Yeah, you completely blew it, dude.
Grades, Carlik Jones.
Oh gosh, I mean, are we just kind of, should we just combine the weekend? Should we just do weekend grades?
Yes.
Because we didn't do Seton Hall. That's so fine. That way we can teeter some of them. Carlik Jones A+ for the weekend. He's A+. Yeah. I mean, he's everything that he was hyped up to be so far. And it's the leadership that he brings. It's the
tempo.
It's the look off game that you love so much.
My God.
It's the little things. It's the even not the look off game. Justin Rink does a great job on Twitter at breaking down film. He's a coach, so he helps coach that
Chris
whole.
Curry says 33 free throws to 14 and still lose by 12. Oh, he's talking about okay.
Oh yeah. Did somebody lose? But anyways, like he brought up film even where they and he was showing like how Carleek, man, he takes one extra dribble and would bring just one step and then he dumped it over top to Trainer or I'm sorry, Withers yesterday. And just little things he does. He's complete A+.
David Johnson. I agree with you, A+. That's why
Yeah. David Johnson.
I'll go first. C+.
Okay.
To me, David Johnson is C+. The reason I say C+ is because right now he's trying to figure out where you got to think they've been on the same team the whole time. They haven't really been, and I mean same team, but playing against each other, that kind of stuff. It's the first time we're really doing a full game of us together against opponents that don't know us. He's in a little bit of purgatory right now.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out how to attack. And then when he gets his opportunities, he's jumpy and it looks like we know he's going to try something. Almost like he's pressing when he finally does get his opportunity a little bit. But he's still an awesome player. He's still,
right.
He's not pressing enough to make you mad at him. But, the first game he kind of looked like he's a little pressy. But I'll give him a C+. Second game, he started looking like he's finding more of his opportunities. But I will say this is one thing that I'm once I sign up on this, there's no coming back.
Yeah.
And this one is, David, baby, you got to use the backboard. You're on that right-hand side. You're in perfect backboard position. Listen, myself, Coach Jones, Coach Davenport, Coach Crum, 80s, 90s, everybody affiliated with the University of Louisville, we cringe because we're like, dude, you're posting up in perfect position. You have the strength, the speed to turn and spin in Listen, that shot that you put in that goes straight in the basket,
yeah,
it's cute. But if you use the glass, you look like your IQ is 10,000 times better when you put it off the backboard on that post move. When you drive to the right, use the backboard. It will make everything so much easier. And this is one like I hope anybody who talks to David, listens to David, talks to David's people, tell them, please, 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 from me, use the backboard on that right-hand side.
Mm-hmm.
It will skyrocket your percentage. And I've seen you do it. A lot of times. That's why I thought you were a real backboard, take advantage of backboard guy. Use that backboard. Use it. So that's when I'm gonna take away. He's had opportunities to just use the backboard on the right hand side that he's left on table.
I would go B- as where I was gonna go, but for a lot of the same reasons. Look, you've been here, you've been in the system for a year. It's your job to figure out how to work with Carleek. So keep it going. But he is trending.
Yep.
So
yeah. Like that's why I say plus. So whenever you say plus, you are trending, you're trending upwards.
Yeah.
Okay. Quinn Sislinski.
Quinn for me has been a solid B+, man. I think Quinn is. I think he plays solid on the ball defense, which I was surprised about. I just didn't know. He typically will hit the shot when he's open. He's smart with his pump fakes. You can tell he's not a pump fake and foul guy.
B- because of that. Steve.
Yeah. Okay.
Listen, you said B. I'm saying B- to C++, but you're getting guys in the air. You're on the scouting report, dude.
And you shoot free throws well.
Throws well. Listen, I can't see a guy run out, fly at you. I mean, look, you're going to have to go do a therapy session with Luke.
Yeah.
What made
That's a good point.
What made Luke Hancock the most dangerous on the team is he knew with his high release, you're going to have to jump high to challenge this one. I get you jumping out here at me. You don't have to. A player flying out at you is 3 free throws.
Yeah.
And a foul on him. Your pump fake step in is the reason Patino went crazy. I love the shot. Like when you hit it, I love it. But if you were talking about analytics here, baby, You get them in the air, 3 free throws and a foul versus you move out the way, take a step in, and shoot a lower percentage 2-pointer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, that's why the analytics went 3-pointer or to the basket.
Yeah.
You know, just like you got them dead to right. So in your mind, remember how well you shoot free throws. Remember, you got it. That's why I'm cutting your points off a little bit, because you've had a lot of opportunities to put people in real danger. And there's nothing that makes you feel dumber in the sport of basketball than to jump out at a shooter and realize you're in the air. You're going to be in the air for about 3 seconds, and he's just waiting on you to come down, and there's nothing you can do about it.
I know.
And then he jumps into you, and then he still probably has a toss at the shot, and you're just like, gosh, I'm an idiot.
I mean, it kind of happened to Quinn.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
Very, very weak call, but
Right.
still, there was enough there that they could technically justify it.
Yep.
And he that shot was dead on. Like,
Yeah. No,
I mean, he puts a little bit more under that. He's shooting 1 free throw to win the game, and you're getting an F today. Like,
right. Okay. So that's Quinn. We'll go JJ.
Oh, JJ's been an A. Yeah, he's been an A.
For your expectations, he's A.
I don't even know.
Yeah, as a player on the court, I'm still giving him a B minus. Be stronger with the ball.
Yeah,
be stronger with the ball.
I was going to give him an A minus because I think that with what he's had, the minutes he's played.
Yeah, I was going to be harsher on him because I liked his upside a lot more than probably most people.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, I think he has been. For one, I'm gonna and let me be clear. I'm not giving him. This is my grading scale.
Yeah.
Yours is. I agree. I can get yours too. I'm not giving him any less than an A because of the end of that Seton Hall game. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, I'll give you an A minus because like, I'm like, you hit that bucket, you got that rebound, you hit those 2 free throws. Like, dude, I'm in with you. But yeah, he's been pleasant.
Jalen Withers. Because you got to combine them.
How much did Withers gain yesterday is my question. You know, even against Seton Hall, he was better as the game went on.
Mm-hmm.
Started a little rough, but it's also the first guy. He's, big man. He's played like that under the lights too, or 2 tower, because they played them together.
C plus.
So yeah, I'd go B. I thought he's been pretty solid.
C plus.
Why?
Because his first 2, I expected more.
Gotcha.
He was just, Jalen, like, you're my guy. Like,
yeah. I mean, and he ate yesterday, but it's a praise.
I knew he would.
Yeah.
Listen, if you listen to the pregame show, everybody knows that I said this is a get right game for Jalen Withers.
Mm-hmm.
This is a get right game for David Johnson. Nothing more, nothing less. I'm expecting y'all to ball out.
So Marcus Maben is pulling a Chris Mack with David Johnson, and you're doing it with Jalen Withers.
Jalen's his guy.
Just tough love.
Yeah, like this is not an equal grading system in Marcus Maben Academy. Like, no, like, see.
I think we got about 2 minutes left here.
Do we?
Yeah.
Listen, this is a continuous